Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your nightly news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hopefully, all you guys are doing wonderful. Hopefully, all you guys are doing well. Today is August 20th, and it's been quite an interesting day in the news world. Sorry for the lighting. I need to stand because I've been sitting way too much recently. So, work with me here. Oops. Okay. Anyways, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Also, sorry for the cutoff yesterday. Had to have a conversation with someone. Anyways, let's get right into the news. Moving into the Trump administration segment, as we do, Trump has called Benjamin Netanyahu a war hero and himself. Trump, who evaded the Vietnam draft, has called himself a war hero, as well as Benjamin Netanyahu, on a radio interview on Tuesday. Trump said about Netanyahu, "He's a war hero because we work together. He's a war hero. I guess I am too." This was seemingly in reference to the Iranian conflict, as Trump has continued to say, "Nobody cares. I am too. I sent those planes." Trump is nowhere close to being a war hero. Let's not forget he, for one, only set Iran back a few months in their nuclear program. Um, but they didn't even have nukes in the first place. Like, there was no reason for that bombing to happen. And also, to call Netanyahu a war hero is absolutely insane as well when he is actively killing thousands of children in Gaza. Not to mention, Trump is also a serial draft dodger. I believe he dodged the draft 4 times. Like, he is nowhere close to being a war hero, that is for sure. In other news, the White House is being trolled on TikTok. The new White House TikTok page is being destroyed in their comment sections with memes and questions about the Epstein files. Many comments make fun of Trump or members of the administration that are highlighted in the videos. I personally will be leaving and have left a few comments already asking about the Epstein files. So if you see me there, say hello. But these comments are funny. If you haven't blocked them yet, I recommend you don't, just so you can comment on their post and say things like, "Where are the Epstein files?" Maybe post a meme that makes Trump look bad, something like that. I mean, they are actively posting propaganda on their page, but that doesn't mean we can't rip them apart in the comment section. Let the people know, or let them know how the people feel, because nobody should support this, genuinely. And by that I mean this administration. My mouse has disappeared. In other news, moving on into a section about the Texas Democrat, we have an update on the Representative Collier's situation, as she was threatened with a felony for being on a press call with fellow Democratic leaders. Democratic Representative Nicole Collier was forced to leave a press call with other top DNC leaders after being warned that she was committing a felony. She interrupted the DNC chair, Ken Martin, during an interview to say, "Sorry, I have to leave. They said it is a felony for me to do this. Apparently, I can't be on the floor or in the bathroom." She told somebody out of the camera view, "You told me I was allowed to be here in the bathroom," going on to say, "No, hold on, bye, everybody, I've got to go." It's unclear what that person said. This is absolutely fucking insane. It is not a felony to speak with your colleagues, for one, nor is it a felony to use your voice. I mean, this is a blatant attack on free speech, and not just for politicians, but for all people within the United States. This entire situation and entire administration is an attack on the rights of all Americans, and especially the rights to free speech. And if you don't see that now, especially with this situation going on now, you need to grow up. I mean, this entire redistricting takes away millions of people's voices to vote, whether you're on the left or you're on the right. Like, people in all states are going to be impacted by this, and many, many people are going to lose their voice when it comes to voting. I mean, it's against free speech. It really is. Started by Texas, though, and other Trump states. In other news, moving on into our Washington, D.C. segment, we have one topic today as a military vehicle crashed into a civilian car. A military vehicle crashed into a car on Wednesday morning in Washington, D.C. It happened in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, and one person was extracted and transported to a hospital with minor injuries. Images of the crash show a Humvee-style vehicle and a completely totaled silver SUV. The Humvee vehicle weighs 14 tons, as they are meant to deflect bombs, due to them being meant for active war zones and not the streets of Washington, D.C. This is going to be a huge lawsuit. without a doubt. Once again, it is being displayed why military vehicles in DC are a problem and a terrible idea. From the sound of it, the military was at complete fault within this accident, which could have easily been avoided if DC wasn't being controlled against its will, which is absolutely crazy that the capital of our nation is being controlled against its will. Free DC, because nobody should have to live through that. Moving on into our other news segment, we have a few topics today. The first one being Sony has announced price increases. Sony has announced it will be raising prices on all PlayStation 5 consoles starting August 21st. All consoles will be $50 more. The statement from Sony said, "Similar to many global businesses, we will continue to navigate a challenging economic environment. As a result, we've made a difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price for PlayStation 5 consoles in the United States starting August 21st, or tomorrow." Good thing I play on Xbox. I mean, honestly, this isn't shocking at all. Nintendo did the same a while ago, and I'm surprised we haven't seen that from Sony already. Honestly, I always recommend that if you're buying a console, get one used. You're going to save a good amount of money, especially if you go on like Facebook Marketplace or something. And, it doesn't really change too much about the console depending on, how used it is. But obviously, you don't want like a console that's had the shit kicked out of it. It's always worth it to buy used stuff. At least in my opinion, I've always bought used consoles and I've never had a problem. So if you want a console, like if you want a PlayStation 5, an Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, just get it used off Facebook Marketplace. It's cheaper, and honestly, it's not worth it to buy a console brand new. Those are way too expensive, and video games as a whole are getting way too expensive now. Like the average video game right now is $80, which is insane because I remember during like the Nintendo 3DS era, or the PlayStation 4, all that kind of stuff, games were only like $40, and now we've seen essentially a double, and maybe even in some games triple, which is absolutely insane. So buy it used. Like it's not worth it to break the bank for something like that. In other news, the Target CEO has stepped down. Target CEO Brian Cornell plans to step down in February due to weak sales since essentially COVID. Chief Operating Officer Michael Fidelk, however you say that, will take over the position as Cornell transfers to executive chair of the board for the company. Many believe the massive boycott of Target stores also played a huge role in this, as Target has lost a total of 21% in sales, according to a net income from August 2nd. Round of applause to everyone for making Target give up on their CEO, truly. I don't think this will change much. I doubt they bring back DEI policies or, all the other things that they have removed because of the Trump administration, because most corporations want to work with Trump because they believe he'll benefit them. I don't know. But, maybe I'm wrong. We'll just have to see next year. But, round of applause for, maybe having a successful boycott. But that doesn't mean we should stop, because fuck Target, genuinely. And all those other stores, they make so much money, genuinely, for one. And for two, they are some of the worst groups in this country. Probably Target and Walmart are a little lower on that scale, but a lot of these majority corporations that they get food from are terrible. Like the fruit companies, like so many companies that collaborate with these retail stores. Continue boycotting. Fuck them, truly. Moving on into what I believe is our final topic tonight, a Texas judge has blocked a law requiring the Ten Commandments to be in schools. A Texas federal judge has temporarily blocked a new state law that would require public schools to display the Ten Commandments in every classroom. U.S. District Judge Fred Baeri issued a preliminary injunction ruling that the Texas State Senate Bill 10 violates the establishment and free exercise clauses of the First Amendment, and also goes against the parents' right to choose the religion for their child and to choose how to upbring their child. This is great news, and I'm going to be 100% blunt and honest with this statement. If you believe that the United States is a Christian nation, you are not only the problem within our country today, but you are fucking stupid. Genuinely, you are fucking stupid. Our country was founded on the basis of freedom of religion. That is one of the main reasons why our country started. Um, and like, not to mention, like, there are so many diverse communities throughout the United States. Like, not even just Christianity. There are very high populations of, Muslims. That's not a religion. I am sorry. But there are many high populations of Hindus and so many groups outside of Christianity. I can't believe I said that. Oops. And like, just to say that the United States is a Christian nationalist nation or a Christian nation is completely false. And also to say as an American that you believe that the United States should be a solely Christian state is insane. Like, liberty and justice for all, whether that be through religion, whether that be through love, whether that be through speech, whether that be through friendship, for all. Yet you seem to not believe that when it goes against something you believe. I mean, like, it should not, like, these things should not change because some dumbasses refuse to pick up a history book. Genuinely, I mean, most of them don't read their own book anyways, but it is so stupid that so many people within MAGA and within the United States believe that the United States is a Christian nationalist nation, because that's not the case, and it never will be. There is a reason why a lot of people don't support Christianity in the United States, and it's because capitalism has essentially taken it over, which is really unfortunate for the actual Christians who actually do care about the religion. But like, a lot of stuff has to change with that. With that being said, thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Once again, sorry for the lighting if it's bad. Hopefully, maybe it's good. Maybe it's bad. I don't know. But hopefully, all you guys are doing well. Thank you all for watching. If you're new here, subscribe. Drop a like, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on all the news throughout the day. We're on our way to 500 subscribers on YouTube, so I would really appreciate it. Also, if you're on Substack, please consider subscribing. All funds go to me. They'll help me pay for the things that I will need to pay for in college. Like all the fucking shit, because that is expensive. I am learning that very quickly. But outside of that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in tomorrow's episode. Later. If I can